I really didn't plan on doing a haul video this soon after a live sale, but here we are. So, one of the best ways to beat the heat is to go thrifting. So, I hit up a couple of thrift stores last week, and I got this yarn, and I got these playing cards. As you know, I collect playing cards, and these ones are really cool. They are brandy new. Look at that. They are so cool. I think they might be glued down in here. Nope. See, look at that. Cool, cool. Alright, so, and then I got this because it's cotton, and I'm making a lot of those headbands and other things. I've got other things going too, so this works out nicely for the things that I'm crocheting. Then we stopped at this yard sale that we've been seeing, and I'm probably going to go back. They had some yearbooks, and I might go back and buy them. They have it all the time up there. It's like way up this driveway, right down the road from my house, and we kept saying, oh, we're going to stop, but we never did. And look, they had 3 more freaking locker baskets. I thought they were smaller, but they're the exact same size as the ones I just got. They're not as old, I don't think, because they're not as rusty. But yeah, I got 3 of those there for like a steal. I paid a ton for the ones that I got at the auction. I paid a ton. And those ones I got for a steal. So go figure. Then we stopped at another Goodwill on another day, and I got these cards, which I have some of these cards, but I use them as ephemera, so I like them because they're different, but they're the size of a playing card, and they came in a cool tin that I can use. So tin. This is a puzzle. I don't know how it got into my stuff, but apparently I now own this puzzle. And I got one of these triangle games because my 6-year-old is a wizard at these, and she really likes it, so I got her that. And then I got this. It needs to be washed, so I'm going to have to bring it inside today. But it's for your beading projects. So it has the mat. Then it has this. And this would be very handy for me because I start a bead project and it's usually humongous. So now I can put it in here and not have to worry about trying to balance it on trays all the time. Alright, so I got those. These are my non-book things. Then I grabbed this because look at this book. Look at this art. The Art of W.C. Fields. I love the black and white pictures in this. They are so cool. They are so cool. So it must all be, yeah, it's all like movies, but it looks so cool. Just the expressions and the photo quality, and you know, like look at that little kid's face. It's just, what a cool book. So I got that. This is a Coronet magazine from 1937, and it's a little beat up, but these magazines have some gorgeous pictures in them too. And from the 30s, and they look that nice. That's awesome. The Little House, I love the cover. Right? But then I also love the pictures. 1942. Oh, apparently somebody wrote all over the inside of this. Huh. But not all of them. See, look at those pictures. How awesome. It's like the same little house in all these different, you know, wow. The same little house. I just wish these pictures weren't so beat up. Look at that. But anyway, the cover's cool too, and it does have a lot. The New Golden Treasury of Natural History. Obviously, this book is going to be super cool, and it is. Look at all of those really awesome pictures. I love this book. I haven't had this book before, so I really like that one. This is Lectures. This is a foreign book, I think in French. So I need some French. I need some foreign stuffs. Basic Ideas of Mathematics. (1953). And obviously Mathness is awesome. So, Mathness. Wilton's cake decorating for Christmas. It has some awesome Christmas stuff in here. And look, we get a magazine page about Play-Doh. Cool. But, I just love the pictures in these Wilton books. Because, look at that. And look at this Santa face. And look at all this. Like, look at all these beautiful things. Nana Split. Right there. Nana Split. So, yeah. Look, somebody even drew like a little template of a boy pooping on a pot. So, that one's cool. The Gift of Friendship from Ideals. So the cover is the same way. And this book is glossy pages, but gorgeous pages. I mean, lovely. And this Mother Goose book, the pages were all coming out, and I had no problem, you know, paying the 50 cents or whatever it was for kids' books. I had no problem paying that because I'm just going to tear the rest of the pages out anyway. This is a new Mother Goose book, but it's funny because the old ones look the same. Even though it says 1978, they also had a lot of them like this from the 40s, you know. So this one is actually from, it says renewal copyright 1944, so I don't know. Because this is definitely, yeah, 1978. So this looks really good for 1978, but it's glued and not sewn. And then if I see a composition book that has not been used, especially a graph one, I grab it for $1 or $2. Next, I have all of the books that I got from the auction, which I totally did not mean to do, but it just happened. It happened. So we're going to go through those, and I got a couple updates I got to tell you. I have some things to talk about. So, I'm just going to go through the books while I do that. So I got a ton of books from the auction, and they were selling the books in big lots, and they don't usually do that, so I bought like full shelves of books. And I bought one lot of 4 big milk crates of books. So I bought a ton of books. I also bought a sewing machine that I really want to go play with. This one is from 1970, and it is a kindergarten music book. Look at how cool the pictures are. I mean, some of them are torn and stained and stuff, but super duper cool. So I have a whole lot of books that I'm also going to be listing in my eBay store. For the most part, they're things like technical books and SAT college books and textbooks that are more modern. So nothing that you guys would really be interested in. But if you know somebody who needs mathematics or, you know, computer textbooks from the early 2000s or whatever, I'll have them in my eBay. So this is also going to go in my eBay store. It's a Hyundai Santa Fe 2001 to 2006 manual. So that one will go in my eBay store. Most of these are going to go in my Etsy shop. But if you get a hold of me, I probably won't list them right away because I've got a lot of books to list. This is a textbook. It's been written in and stuff, but enriching your language. There's still a lot of good stuff in here. So, update. I am going to be switching my sales to another channel. I'm going to create a channel just for my selling, $19.59 on this one, and my hauls, because I think that I'm overtaking my own channel now with just haul and selling videos when I want to do art with it. And I don't want to keep losing the people who subscribe to me for the art side. And I have been lately. And I've been, you know, people have talked to me about it. So I think that that's going to be what I do. I'm going to separate the two. So stay tuned for a link for that, because this one got wet at some point. Because I am going to be putting a link for that. I'm going to be creating that channel. The link should be down in the description box below. So I haven't made the channel right now as I'm talking since I started this video, but I am going to try very hard to make that before I list this video. This is a magazine. I don't know which magazine it is, but it's got like this girl with Christmas stuff. So this got wet, whatever it was, so it's got to be like, you know, gone through here. Nope, nope, I guess I went too far with the folding. So, I don't know what this magazine is. The Busy River and Burdened People. I'm sure I'm pulling it apart too, accidentally, but it's not really together anymore anyway. That's a pretty car. Whatever this is, it's from the 50s or early 60s maybe. Oh no, don't rip the whole thing. I don't know what this is, so I'll have to go through that later. But this book here has got some really cool pictures, like old, I'm going to assume, we're going to look, but I'm going to assume 1950s on this book maybe, or 60s. Let's see if I'm right. 57. Yep, if it was 60s, it was going to be like 61 maybe. So there's some really cool pictures of Europe in here. The book got wet, but most of the pictures are still great. Perfect for what we do, right? For cutting up. The USA in color, the USA part was gold, and that's gone. So this is, doesn't belong to this. But it's a recipe. Oh, this is cool. It has like every, let's see. New England. Yeah, that's pretty neat, the USA in color. This one's from 56. But yeah, I just like the cover. I like that title, Wallflowers. I thought that was pretty cool. I'm going to separate the two channels so that people can still enjoy my art and people can enjoy my selling. Spanish Reader. How cool is that? And I don't have to lose any followers for it. 1944. Wizard of Oz. I think I've had this one before. No, I think the one I had colored pictures in it too. This one does not have colored pictures. Oh, look at that. On the other side, it's the Jungle Book. So it's one of them twofers. Wizard of Oz and the Jungle Book. I like that. Let's Eat Fish. A Guide to Fresh and Salt Water. Alright, y'all. Well, we're going to eat some fish. I love fish. Sometimes, like, I don't know. Lately, last few years, I've been very disappointed in fish. Like, we just went to New England and the fish sucked. It just sucked. The seafood sucked. I was very upset. You know? 1964. On Let's Fish. Double muscadine. Muscadine, if that's how you say it. Cool picture. So, yep, this is a pretty cool book. Boring. Well, nice, you know, little design on the cover there. Woo! Book-a-lanch, see? Book-a-lanch. This one is Lord Johnny. With the nice deckled edges. From the year 1949. That one's cute. Complete book of interior decorating. I love these books, as you know. I get these a lot. 1950. I always end up with the decorating books. I just think the rooms and the stuff is so cool. You know? I just like these books. Oh, that one's heavy. What flower is that? Over 1,000 photographs in full color. This would be cool for a flower garden journal. Somebody must have like had a library, because I pulled a lot. It's been a lot of Post-its. Or keeping track of a book inventory maybe, because some of these had price stickers on them. So this is full of flowers, and you could like make your own journal out of this cover and then use some of the flower stuff in there, huh? Yeah. The Cotter's Saturday Night. This book is old. I think it's cool. Let me see. Does it have the age in here, or are they just... 1901 is when it was given to somebody. No date. Look at how cool this book is, though. Love it. And it's in really good shape for like late 1800s, early 1900s. Here it is again. This one is from... This is a newer one, obviously. No date on this one, though. No inscription. I don't know when this one is from. I guess I will have to research the different editions of this book, because this cover still looks pretty old. This is a typewriting book, and I've had this book a handful of times. It has got... I'll turn it sideways so I can get it all in the frame. It has got letters, like typewritten letters and letterheads, which I thought was pretty damn cool. And like I said, I've had this a couple times, and it doesn't last in the Etsy store, so get on it. And then you can have these cool typewriter key pages. Couple more kids books. Bugs Bunny Birthday Surprise from 1960. That's still in pretty good shape. And God is Good. This one apparently somebody colored in a bunch. Well, not a bunch, but a few pages. So, 2, 4, 6. 6 of the pages in here. Alright, so I got those two. I haven't looked at this yet. I just put it aside in this particular pile. I have them all sorted in piles, so I just put this one in this pile, thinking that it might be something worth going through, because it's just a biology book. So, and it's like an older biology book. Hey, there's a lot of cool stuff to cut out though, right? Right? Look at all that. That would be some good fussy cutting. A brain. You know, there's mushrooms and fish and plants and tumor cells. So there are some things. There are some things. Let's see. Let's see what the beginning of it is. I think it has this. Very nice. Here, I'll flip it this way. I think it's easier for the camera if you look at it going in this direction. So the pages are crinkly, but who gives a crap if you're just going to be cutting stuff up out of it, you know? Biology. I don't know what this is, but I was so pumped to look through it, to get it. From Lynchburg, Virginia, 1954. And it is exactly what I was hoping. It is a catalog from this company, NB Handy Company. And this is a catalog. They used to make a lot of catalogs with hard covers because you would get this catalog in 1954 and this would be the same price in 1960, okay? It wasn't really until the 60s and 70s, I think, that we started with the frickin' just going up in price until it was ridiculous. Until now, until this ridiculous point. So, Jewish books go backwards. So this is a kid's book, some kind of a, it's teaching, it is teaching Hebrew. That's what this is, book 2, teaching Hebrew. Okay, so I must have book 1 here. And look at that. Oh, another book 2. I've got 2 twos. I've got 2 twos. I mustn't have a book one. So this is another 2. Oh, but I think this one's different though. Is it? Does this have that many? Yeah, I guess it's got a lot of pictures. I guess they both have a lot of pictures. All right, so 2 2s. And then this is also book 2, but with a binding. And this has, I'm assuming this is the teacher's edition because it is a little bit thicker. Not by much, but a little bit. American Heritage Book of the Presidents. This is from 1967. So America's Book of the Presidents, just before politics in this country turned into a whole bunch of shit. 4 days. The Charlotte Observer. So this is obviously to do with the death of John F. Kennedy. It's funny, like the weird things that you remember. Like I remember this one detail about Lyndon Johnson that's very disturbing that I heard on a podcast about presidents. This is Moby Dick. It doesn't have a date. This is some kind of special edition though from the cover, but I love the cover. So yeah, apparently Lyndon Johnson was obsessed with his genitals and the size of his genitals. Just in case you wanted to know that information and have that stuck in your head forever, you can join me and have it stuck in your head forever. But yeah, Lyndon Johnson was obsessed with the size of his genitals. So there you go. Now you know something new and awful. Now you know something awful. So, Charlotte Today. This is from, I looked at this. Or I looked at the date, 1950. Oh, 67. This one is 1967. But it has got a lot of cool advertising things and city information about Charlotte and Mecklenburg County, which is where Charlotte is. So yeah, that one is pretty cool. Okay. Some things you'll see at the next live sale. This book is Succulents and Cactus, and this one is Gardening in Containers. So they are general, gardening books with black and white photos. But I'm sure there's a lot of information you could cut out in them that you can put in with your gardening journals. For Whom the Brush Tolls. Look at this book. Somebody's art is in here. A few different pictures, which is obviously they are traced from this, which will be included. But look at these pictures. Oh Lord. So I love that book. A crochet magazine from I don't know when it's from. Watch, I bet you it's like on here and I'm just missing it. Whatever it is, it goes May through October. Published 8 times a year. Oh, okay, it's published 8 times a year. So whatever year this is, 80s, 90s maybe. Right? Look at that. I'm going to say 80s. I thought there was a date. I thought I had I guess not. Crochet magazine. This is a book about the Eagles. It is a life story about the Eagles, and it's from 2021. So if you or someone you know is a big Eagles fan, this has got a whole bunch of their information in it. And I kind of flipped through it the other day. It's pretty interesting. This little book, Flower Pressing. Love this book. 73. And look at all these cute pictures. And look at, love it. Scholastic Encyclopedia of the Presidents and Their Lives from the lovely year 1994. So it just has presidential information. It doesn't have any weird, ridiculous stuff like the information I told you. Hottest Cars poster book. So look at, like, that's a poster. That's, if you like to cut out cars like I do, this would be awesome for that. Or if you like the pictures, which is also awesome. This is a coloring book from 2008 from the Great Composers, but the paper is really good quality. It's not coloring book paper. This is a book called Feng Shui Life Planner. And this is how you plan your life from 1988, I guess. Oh, 2003. In a Feng Shui style in order to make your being more at peace. So this has got some cool stuff in it. And I like these books. I have no decorational sense at all. If you saw my house, you'd be like, wow, you're boring. Yeah, I'm boring. Okay. I'm just decorationally challenged. 1995. I have no clue how to even decorate. This is college physics, but it has some things to cut out. Like, this is cool. So it's got like sciencey pictures and this girl that's clearly on the move. But yeah, if anybody has any decorational advice, I really have no idea how to decorate my house or my very boring yard or my very boring building. Yes, I did just flip by a loaf of bread, in case you're wondering. That in itself makes this book totally worth it. There's a loaf of bread in there? Wow. That's stinking awesome, right? And the pages are crunchy. I think these would make awesome altered books and glue books too, because even though the pages are glossy in these textbooks, they're still built really well. And I say that, but I think there's pages that have come unglued in the beginning of this book. They are, for the most part, yeah, this one's glued. But it's still built pretty good if you could glue some pages together and just to thicken it up a bit. Know what I mean? It'd be worth it. I like these things by Wilton. This one's for gum paste flowers. But look at the flowers. Like, those are so cool to cut out. I'll still cut them out. This is supposedly a Childcraft book, but it doesn't say Childcraft on it. But it's made by Childcraft. Okay. World and Space. And this is from 1976. And I know that they have one called Childcraft World and Space from a few of their different series, you know, collections. I don't know why they decided not to put Childcraft on this particular book. What Floats? This book has some cool pictures, which is what I was thinking of. Okay. I just like the pictures in it. And you get a pocket back here. That's peeling a little. Tom Watson's Getting Back to Basics, a book about golf. So I figured this in case, first of all, in case you have a man you're making something for. There's lots of good pictures to turn into tags and to cut out, you know, especially if they're into golf. There's also informational things. So, you know, you could create a little group of tips that you know he may need golfing or whatever. Or if you just want the book, it's also a really cool book and it's really in good shape. This one is Tomorrow Will Be Better by Betty Smith. And I did some research on this book, and I guess this woman was a wonderful author. And she won some awards that at the time female authors and females didn't win. So I thought that was pretty cool. contact, a textbook, applied communications. This is just a book, and it has letters, is what I saw. Letter to cut out and, you know, do something with. Make it as ephemera, you know, and it's smaller. I would like to apply for the position of chief accountant, which you have advertised. You will find that I am a dependable, reliable worker. I have had 5 years of experience in grocery supply houses and feel that I know much about the accounting problems involved. I now boss other accountants and get along with them and get along okay with them. So yeah, I don't know if I'd hire that guy, because when you only get along okay with someone. This has got a great cover. Nobody else will listen. A girl's conversation with God. So I like this because you can use this cover to make your own conversations with God. And there's little segments in here, little conversation. It was wet at one time, as you can see, but it didn't really affect the outside, just the inside. So I like that cover. My Spelling, grade 4. This has some lovely artwork in it and pencil marks. But it's still a cute little textbook. You know, awesome cover. I kept this for my live sale because it is a board book, and it is a board book of a popular book with awesome pictures and color in it. I did not know they made this in a board book. I've always loved the cover of Goodnight Moon. I've always loved it. So I said, well, I would like to alter a little a board book, and this would be the one I would like to alter, because I can still use, like, I like this picture with the window, you know, I like that. I would make it a moon book, is what I would do. So if no one buys it, it's going to be my moon book. The blue window, this spine has been taped, but I like the cover. You know, I like the cover. So this one's an old one. This one's an old one from 26. And it's falling apart, so nobody else would want it except us art people. Color Dictionary of Flowers and Plants. Again, a lot of good garden ephemera in here. You know, whether it be pictures or the informational stuff back here about each flower. You can cut out the flowers you have and create a journal page for those. My favorite book. I like this book. I really like the colors. So somebody did some artwork here. This went to a nursery from a couple of different local companies. God bless and keep you. Christmas 1976. So the pages have some stains, but they are really neat. Like, just really cool. I love this whole thing. I love it. So yeah, really cool book. My favorite book. What's your favorite things in there? The Young Folks Shelf of Books. This is one of those Collier's Junior from 1965. Collier's Junior Classics. So it does have colored pictures. And this book is put together very well, so it would make a great altered book or art journal or glue book or something along those lines. Out of the Best Books, Volume 3. So another one that has good pictures in it. I know you think I'm lying, but I'm not. There are pictures. See? See? I'm not a liar. I know you were thinking it. Oh, more pictures. Just went by. Just went by. Just went by. So they're pretty. They're really nice pictures. So there's that one. And I like the cover with the bookshelves of books. I love it. And I have this one, Soaring Plateaus, which is from 81. So another book that's put together really well. And I love these old, obscure literature books, like elementary school. I love them. They've always got the greatest covers. Like, love it. Okay, so some more for my Etsy. So when I say for my Etsy, what I mean is I consider them for my Etsy store because somebody out, this is from 1946. Somebody out there might be looking about for this book on Paul Revere. Okay. It has great pictures in it. They're like silhouette looking, which I think is cool. So I don't always list them in my Etsy. I consider them. So when I say it's in my Etsy pile, you might still see it at the live sale next month, but this is by Harold Bell Wright. I have some of his books, 1907, but John Wayne was in this movie, and I guess some people look for this book. So I said, well, I'll try it in my Etsy store first, because I do have some collectors that come to my shop from time to time. You know, people that look for, I have someone that might like that book that buys a lot of pop culture stuff, you know, things like that. But if I do some research and the market is saturated with these books, this one is about the Biltmore in Asheville, North Carolina. And it is a book from the 70s, I believe. 75, yep. So this is a pretty cool book. So like if there's too many of those Biltmore books around, then I'm not going to bother. I research all the things twice. I research the price, and then I research if it's worth selling. Okay. Sensational 70 for the 70s. It's got all 1970s songs, and this is the sheet music for it. And then I've also got things like, this is Dr. Dolittle, vocal selections, but it's cool if you're looking for stuff pertaining to that. Country and Western songbook. So this is all lyrics. Okay. Lots of some things like, I know most of these. I know a lot of these. I listen to all different kinds of music, but most of the stuff I listen to is from the 60s and 70s and 80s too. I like 80s country. So, love it. Raggedy Ann's Sunny Songs. This book has seen some things. It's no longer attached really to the cover because it was stapled, and the staples look like they've lived a full life. But if you like Raggedy Ann, ooh, and this has a letter in it. Dear Mommy, my busy little fingers find so many things to do. Their prints are found on woodwork, walls, and windows too. Sometimes you get to very cross, often hear you say, I get so weary washing smudges off day after day. Okay, that's hard to read. That's a photocopy. So yeah, this has some cool Raggedy Ann and Andy pictures in it. Family Guide to the Bible. This is from the year 1984. So this does have pictures in it, biblical stuff, but it's got a lot of information from passage to passage in the Bible. Japanese naval aces and fighter units in World War II. I have people that specifically collect wartime stuff and, you know, political things like those president books. They might be interested in those. So this is naval 1992, I'm sorry, World War II naval fighter units. The Biggest Bear, I like these pictures. Adorbs. Adorbs. The Year in Music, 1979. Again, somebody might be looking for this particular book. Cool pictures of stars from 79. Lionel Bart's Vocal Selections, Oliver. Oh, that's cool. That's got some good pictures in it, too. Peter, Paul, and Mary Songbook. I got two of them, even though they're like a little bit different. I wonder if one's for one thing. It has information about them too, though, which I thought was pretty cool. So this, and let me see if this is like the same thing. I think it is. I think it's the same exact thing. Yep. Maybe. If I look at 24 on this page, and then I look at 24 on this page, yeah, they are the same thing. They're just, the covers look different. Sorry you had to go through that with me. I thought that was super interesting. Abe Lincoln, Frontier Boy. This has, the spine is, you know, just a little rough. But it's got this big writing, so it's meant to be like an early, you know, maybe late elementary school reader. And this is modern Hebrew, so the book is backwards. But I think, yeah, there's pictures in here too of Israel, which is pretty cool. And some maps. Then I found these books. I found this one, MHQ, which is from 1989, the Quarterly Journal of Military History. So this is essentially like a magazine with a hardcover. So it's got pictures and colored pages and then some glossy, and there's a lot of really cool stuff in there. The vocal selections from Annie. So this has some colored pictures and songs. And then Neil Diamond, the jazz singer, 1981. So this one is also, it's got some cool music pages. Vocal selections from Kismet. So this is another cool music book. Money Bridge. I just like the spine. I like it. I like it. So this has got bridge hands in it, which I thought was pretty cool. My Book of Bible Stories. This one has some awesome pictures in it. And it's really pretty. Really pretty pictures. I just see a pen mark. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. I think that's it though. Into a locked room. Alright. The Day We Walked on the Moon. This is a soft cover, so the spine is kind of rough, but it is signatures. If you wanted to do, so if you're doing something moony, it's from 1990. I think those are signatures, right? Nah, it might be glued. They look like signatures. It may or may not have signatures. Okay. So, just deal with that. And Atlas of the Bible. So we have all the things of the Bible. Family book of the Bible, Bible stories, and the Atlas. We are fully biblical in this situation. Y'all, I really just like created a part of this video and I got wicked deja vu, and I'm like, did I go through these ones already? Because I'm making this video over the course of like 2 or 3 days. So I'm like, did I do these already? But I didn't. So here I am. Presbyterian hymnal. It is not that old. It's from 1990, but look at that blue cover. Anne of Avonlea. Avonlea. I don't know how to pronounce that. Tom Sawyer. I don't know what version this is, but the cover is really cool. I like the cover. Thunder Out of China. This is from the year. I just don't know. I just don't know. It is from some point in time. Oh, 1946. Okay, so that's a war book. Home Port. Again, these are things like people look for these books, whether it's for a specific publisher or a specific, you know, dust jacket or something. They look for these books. So that's why I list them. Autumn Across America. This one has black and white photos. It is from the year 1956. So those are some pretty nice photos for 1956. Yes, sirree. Look at that bird. So yeah, that one's nice. V.C. Andrews, Seeds of Yesterday. The paper in this book is really nice quality paper. Our Town. This is from 1968. Another good book to make into an art journal or a glue book. Or to harvest the things out of it, you know. Who knows? Who knows what you're going to do? This book's real cool. I showed this on TikTok and Instagram the other day. It is the book of the 30th Infantry Division in World War II. So it has all the information about what they did, and then it has all the names of the soldiers who survived and the ones who were killed in action or missing in action. And there's lots of photos in the back. So this is a really cool book. I checked. My grandfather's name wasn't in there. He was in the Navy, but I didn't know if maybe in that book they also had, you know, other divisions that took part in the same kinds of missions. I didn't know what they had in there. So I didn't know if my grandfather helped them out at all or did anything. So I just checked. This is a book from Aristotle, Nicomachean Ethics. Nicomachean. I don't know what it is, but it's cool and it's old. And it's old and it's cool. I'm going to say, 1923. This is another book I got for the text. It is French, I believe. I believe this is French. Yeah, that's French. So this is a French book, which is cool. And the cover, which is also cool. Les Miserables in French. This is a language learning thing. So I believe this is to learn French. I don't know. I'm not seeing any English. Not seeing any English. So yeah, this is all in French. Jesus is coming soon. In case, get all excited. In case you were not aware. This is a book that I noticed people are interested in. So, and this is another one. But look at this cover. Yeah. It's signed by the author, Betty Stoffel. With sincerest best wishes, Betty Stoffel. 1956 is when this was gifted. So it is a poetry book, okay, with just some really nice poetry. Christian content. Greg's Shorthand for College's workbook. I do have people that ask for all kinds of Greg books, so Anne of Green Gables. And these covers, both of the covers I showed, they have this. And this one, the dust jacket got wet, but the book and the pages are all fine. Cover and the pages. And the person who got it from their Aunt Vera. How awesome is that? My baby Mayme. My baby Mayme. Alrighty. I'm just grabbing the last few books out of this box. Okay. This is Mr. Churchill, and again, I've got, people interested in these types of books. Maybe it's you. I don't know how many of those people watch my YouTube channel. 1942, and it's got pictures, and it's got ephemera in it, apparently. Whatever this is. Something churchy. All right. The Alice and Jerry books. The New Engine Whistles. And this has more than just you know that. It is a reader from the year 1957, so that's in really good shape for 1957. En España. This is a book in Spanish about Spain, and there's notes and stuff written everywhere. So what year is this from? This is from 1932. In Faith and Love. This is from 1968. This is a study book for something. But there's pictures of people. This is Emmanuel's Praise, a hymnal. 1914. That one is nice and old. Silver Slippers. This one's old, from 1928. I just like the name, Silver Slippers. Cool cover for that. Benton's Row. This has like English and French stuff in it. Not a lot of French, but someone speaks French in it, and it looks like they left a lot of the French in there. 1954. How cool is this? This is embossed. It says Lincoln Factory Executive Service, Lincoln Extension Institute Incorporated, Cleveland, Ohio. How cool. The pages are like green. 1949. How cool is this? It has pictures. It has charts and graphs and things. That's a cool book. Space Travel. The Real Book About Space Travel. This is from the year 1952. So this is a pretty cool book if you're looking to go to space, which I'm not. Ships Off the Old Benchley. So this is a funny book. This is a funny book. It has little funny stuff in here, including little cartoonies. The Pink Motel. I like the pink cover and the pink little things, and I like how the pages have the border of like oldness. Right? So I think that's it. Like, I think that's all that I have to show. I got a whole bunch of stuff, like books and things that I'm going to use in kits, like music pages and Christian content and stuff like that, and kids books that I don't think would sell on their own, but the pages would sell. So, you know, I got a whole bunch of that stuff too that I put aside, and I got a huge box of trash books. So I've got to figure out what I'm going to do with those. But get over to my other channel and subscribe. The link is down in the description box below. And I hope you enjoyed this giant mess of a haul. Ta-ta for now.